Welcome to STEM with the Houston Public Library. I'm Miss Jolie, and we are going to make a non-Newtonian fluid today. This activity is intended for ages 3 and up, and you will need cornstarch, water, a container, a spoon, and then either a measuring cup or measuring spoon. All right, so first of all, a question. Can something be both a liquid and a solid at the same time? In this experiment, you'll make your very own substance that's part liquid and part solid, much like quicksand. All right? So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to take and you're going to mix 2 parts cornstarch and 1 part water. So I'm using a half a cup of cornstarch and a 1/4 cup of water. So we're going to take and we're going to put those both into our container. I'm using a Tupperware container. You can use bowls, anything with a lip really that you can use. Alright, so once you have those both in your container, you're going to take your spoon and you're just going to very gently stir it until you get the lumps out. Alright, so as you're doing this part, one thing you can do is try stirring at different speeds. Stir fast, stir slow. See what differences occur when you do what. Here we go. Still got some powder in there. You'll notice sometimes it gets a little hard. And here we go. So you might already be seeing some of what we've discussed just as you're stirring it. I'm trying to get some of these lumps out. Okay. So once you've got most of your lumps out, you're ready to kind of start with some of our experiment. So the first thing we're going to do is take and we're going to hit the substance. So I'm going to use 2 knuckles and I'm just going to kind of pound on it. You can do the same with yours. So here's the question. Do you put a dent in it? Does it splash? The answer is no. It feels the same almost as if you're knocking on the table itself. All right, so now I want you to take those same 2 fingers and I want you to very, very gently set them in and run them through. All right? Are we able to do that? Yeah, we are. All right, so when we hit it, nothing happened, but when we gently ran our fingers through it, it was like running your fingers through a very thick liquid. Why is that? Why is that? When we hit it, it feels solid. But when we touch it gently, it feels more like a liquid. All right? So when you stirred together the cornstarch and water, you made a substance called Oobleck. Right? This substance is a non-Newtonian fluid, which means that it changes with pressure or force. So the greater the force that you apply to it, the more resistance it gives you. So it feels solid because it's resisting you. But when you use less force, when you're gentle, right, it doesn't resist as much, and so it acts more like a fluid. All right, so the best way to really understand and get to know this strange creation is to just get your fingers in there and start to play with it. All right, it's my favorite kind of science. It's a little bit messy and my fingers get to be involved. All right. Right. So a very simple thing, but a very fun one. And there is our non-Newtonian fluid. So for cleanup, just a word on this one is you want to discard it in the trash can, not the sink. It can clog a sink. Think about the way that this is reacting partially as a solid. So you want to put it in a trash can, not a sink. One of the things you can do is you can let it, I usually let it set and let some of the water evaporate out of it. And then I dump the remaining powder into the trash can. All right, so I hope you guys have fun with this, and thank you for joining us for STEM at the Houston Public Library. Make sure to share any photos of your activity online and tag us at ilovehpl. Yeah, hashtag ilovehpl. Thank you, and see you next time.